The air inside the temple is thick with the scent of ancient ozone and the dry, metallic tang of Alex's black flames. While the brothers are drawn to the pulsing dark ember at the center of the hall, your instincts as a survivor kick in. Your white fox ears swivel, catching the faint, rhythmic clicking of gears hidden behind the smooth marble walls.
Alex, wait. Don't touch it yet. This place didn't just open its doors for a welcome party. It's a vault, and vaults have locks.
You move away from the glowing altar, your boots silent on the polished stone. You trace the perimeter of the circular hall, your fingers brushing against the cold masonry. The shadows here are unnaturally long, stretching toward the central ember as if drawn by a gravitational pull.
Wyndra-san is right. Look at the floor. The dust hasn't settled in the grooves of these tiles. They're meant to move.
As you step over a specific seam in the floor, a resonant asterisk clack echoes through the chamber. 4 alcoves, previously hidden by seamless masonry, grind open. From the darkness, massive figures of obsidian step into the golden light, their violet eyes igniting with a murderous hum.
Guardians! I should have known the eternal ember wouldn't be free. Luffy, Wyndra, looks like we have to earn our keep.
Ha ha ha! More mystery statues! I'm gonna break them!
The sentinels raise their stone glaives, the violet energy crackling along the edges as they begin a coordinated advance. They move with a terrifying, jerky precision, boxing the 4 of you in toward the central altar. The pressurized air in the room begins to vibrate with the same high-frequency whine that preceded the spire's explosion. The scraping of stone on marble fills the pressurized hall as the 4 sentinels close their circle. You don't aim for their chests. Your eyes lock onto the glowing violet seams at their knees and elbows, the points of articulation where the ancient energy is most concentrated.
Luffy, Alex, don't just swing at the armor. Smash the joints. If they can't move, they can't guard anything.
You drop into a low crouch, your white-tipped tail lashing out for balance as you sprint toward the nearest obsidian giant. As it brings a massive crystalline glaive down in a vertical cleave, you slide between its legs. The air crackles with ozone as the blade misses your shoulder by inches, sparking against the floor.
Got it! Gum gum! Jet pistol!
Luffy's fist becomes a blur of steam, slamming into the right knee of the sentinel you just bypassed. The violet energy flares and flickers. Seizing the opening, you leap onto the creature's calf, driving your palm, shining with emerald light, directly into the exposed joint. The sentinel's leg buckles as the violet light bleeds out into the floor. It tilts precariously, its balance shattered.
Nice setup, Wyndra. Now stay clear. I'm taking the head.
Alex vanishes in a hell step, reappearing above the falling guardian. Kokuyo is a streak of black fire as he delivers a meteor fang to the sentinel's neck, the black flames melting the obsidian like wax. As the first one shatters, the 3 remaining sentinels accelerate their movements, their violet eyes turning a dangerous, pulsing red. They synchronize their glaives, creating a spinning wall of energy that forces Robin to retreat toward the murals. The sentinels have changed tactics, forming a defensive triangle around the central altar. The eternal ember is reacting to the violence, growing larger and casting dancing, monstrous shadows of Alex against the back wall. One sentinel prepares a wide, sweeping strike that will clear the entire center of the room. The red-eyed sentinels tighten their formation, their obsidian glaives humming with a lethal, synchronized resonance that vibrates through the very marrow of your bones. You see the light from the central altar reflecting off their jagged armor, a wall of stone and violet energy closing in.
Alex, Luffy, get some air. I'm taking out their foundation.
You drop both palms to the cool marble floor, your white fox ears pinning back as you close your eyes for a split second to find the center of your power. Emerald light erupts from your skin, not as a flicker, but as a surging tide of raw, kinetic force. You pour every ounce of your energy into the ground, targeting the structural seams Robin pointed out earlier. A radial shockwave of emerald energy ripples outward across the floor. The marble tiles buckle and heave, the shockwave slamming into the sentinels' heavy feet just as they begin their synchronized sweep. The red light in their eyes flickers wildly as the ground beneath them turns into a localized earthquake.
Ha ha! They're dancing! Great job, Wyndra!
My turn to finish the dance. Abyssal burst.
With their synchronization shattered and their balance gone, the sentinels are wide open. Alex thrusts his meteorite blade forward, a sphere of compressed black fire expanding instantly from the tip of Kokuyo. The explosion of dark flames consumes the remaining 3 guardians, the intense heat turning their obsidian frames into molten glass that splashes harmlessly against the temple walls. As the smoke clears, the hall falls into a heavy, pressurized silence. The only sound is the crackle of the few remaining black embers and the heavy breathing of the 3 of you. The central altar is now the only thing glowing, the black ember within it expanding into a swirling miniature sun of dark fire. The battle is won, but the air is electric. Alex stands by the altar, his gothic coat singed at the hem, his eyes fixed on the eternal ember with a mixture of hunger and hesitation. He looks back at you, the black flames still dancing in the reflection of his pupils, his hand hovering inches from the dark sun. The last of the obsidian shards clatter to the marble floor, the violet light fading into a dull, dead gray. In the center of the hall, the eternal ember pulses with a gravitational pull that makes the air feel heavy, like a physical weight pressing against your chest. Alex stands before it, his silhouette framed by the swirling dark fire. His fingers are trembling, not with fear, but with a raw, primal resonance that threatens to consume his focus entirely. You step over the molten remains of a sentinel, your boots silent. You don't say a word, simply sliding your arms around his waist from behind. You press your cheek against the warm, soot-stained fabric of his black coat, feeling the frantic, galloping rhythm of his heart through his back.
Wyndra,
The black flames dancing along his arms flicker and die down, replaced by a steady, natural warmth. He leans back into you, his heavy frame relaxing as your presence acts as a lightning rod, grounding the turbulent energy of the Kuro no Mi.
I could feel it trying to pull me in, like a void that wanted to be filled. But your touch, it's the only thing that feels real right now.
He places his gloved hands over yours, squeezing tightly. For a moment, the black inferno is silent, replaced by the man who held you in the crow's nest.
Hey, Alex, you look like you're gonna pop. Is the fire tickling?
Alex, wait. The mural, it's changing as the ember grows. It says the flame must be shared to be mastered.
If you take it alone, the void will consume the vessel.
The dark sun above the altar flares, a single tendril of black flame reaching out toward Alex's chest. But another, smaller spark of emerald light jumps from your hands to meet it. The eternal ember is no longer just a power source. It's a trial. Alex turns in your arms, his dark eyes burning with a mixture of intense desire and protective instinct. He reaches out with one hand toward the ember and offers his other hand to you. The air in the cradle of the eternal ember turns into a thick, shimmering soup of heat and shadow. You don't hesitate. You reach out, your fingers lacing through Alex's fingerless black glove, anchoring your emerald essence to his obsidian fire. His grip is crushing, desperate, and filled with a terrifyingly beautiful devotion.
Together, Wyndra. If this void wants a soul, it's going to have to take both of us.
It won't take anything. We're taking it.
As your joined hands touch the surface of the dark sun, the world dissolves into a blinding flash of monochrome light. It isn't a burn. It's an invasion. You feel the history of the black flame, the ancient celestial fire that once scorched the sky, pouring into your veins. But instead of being consumed, your emerald energy wraps around the black fire like a cooling silk, taming the wild, cosmic hunger of the loggia. Alex's body erupts in a pillar of black fire, so tall it licks the marble ceiling, but he doesn't scream. He laughs, a wild, triumphant sound. The flames don't singe your skin. They recognize you. They feel like a warm, protective cloak. The transformation is complete. Alex stands before you, a living eclipse, yet his hand is still firmly entwined with yours.
I can see everything. The sea, the stars, and you, Wyndra. You're the only thing that's still solid in this void.
Whoa, Alex, you look like a shadow man. That's so cool.
The temple begins to rumble as the eternal ember is fully claimed. The golden light is fading, replaced by the silver-black radiance of Alex's new form. He pulls you closer, his body no longer just flesh and bone, but a phenomenon of pure power that only you can touch without being erased. The air around Alex no longer feels like a furnace. It feels like the deep, silent weight of the night sky. You step into the heart of his transformation, your emerald energy acting as a bridge that allows you to touch the untouchable. You lean your head against the center of his chest, where a core of white-hot starlight pulses behind the shifting silhouette of black flames.
It's so quiet in here, Alex. Tell me, with those eyes, how does the world look to you now?
The living eclipse that was once just a man freezes. You feel the gravity distortion ripple through his form, a shiver of cosmic power that settles into a protective hum. His arms, now made of semi-solid shadow and sparks, wrap around you. They don't burn. They feel like the velvet embrace of a summer evening.
The world, it looks like threads. I can see the heat of the ocean, the pull of the moon, the very breath of the ship far above us. Everything is connected by fire and light.
He tilts his head down, his white star eyes burning with a clarity that feels like it's searching your very soul. A translucent, dark hand cups your cheek, his touch surprisingly tender for a being that looks like a natural disaster.
But you're the brightest thread of all, Wyndra. Even in this void, you're the only thing that doesn't look like a shadow. You're my sun.
Hey, are you guys done hugging the spooky fire? The ceiling is starting to make crunchy noises.
Luffy is right. With the eternal ember removed from its pedestal and merged into Alex, the pressurized marble hall is losing its structural integrity. Dust begins to rain from the cracks in the ceiling, as the weight of the ocean above starts to reclaim the temple. The romantic haze is broken by the sound of groaning stone. Robin is already moving toward the staircase of light, her eyes wide as she tracks the spreading fractures. Alex looks at his glowing hands, then at the collapsing exit, his new power humming with an itch to be tested. The groan of the shifting marble grows louder, a deep, tectonic protest against the removal of its ancient heart. You look up at the black celestial standing before you, a silhouette of cosmic fire that feels like a piece of the night sky had been carved out and given a heartbeat.
All right, Mr. Black Celestial. If you're really a walking natural disaster now, you'd better prove it. Carry me out of here before this ocean decides to give me a very unromantic bath.
Alex lets out a resonant, echoing chuckle that sounds like the distant roll of thunder. His white star eyes flare with a mixture of amusement and that same possessive heat you recognize from the crow's nest.
A bath? Not on my watch, Wyndra. I think I can manage a little heavy lifting for my son.
He sweeps you off your feet in one fluid motion, pulling you against the shifting, cool-hot surface of his chest. His arms feel like solid shadows, and as he moves, the gravity around you seems to lighten, making you feel weightless in his embrace.
Ha ha! Race you to the top, Shadow Alex. Gum, gum, rocket!
Luffy grabs the edge of the light staircase and slingshots himself upward like a red streak. Alex doesn't run. He simply steps into the air. With a soft asterisk whoosh asterisk of black embers, the space around you bends, and you are suddenly accelerating upward through the tube of air bubbles, the collapsing temple floor vanishing into a cloud of silt and gold light below. You burst through the surface of the lagoon and land softly on the grass deck of the Sunny. The crew freezes. Sanji drops a serving tray, and Zoro's hand flies to his hilt as they stare at the towering silhouette of black fire holding you.
Relax, guys. It's still me. Just upgraded.
Alex sets you down, but the black flames don't immediately recede. He stands there, a living eclipse on the sunny deck, while the rest of the crew begins to crowd around in a mix of awe and suspicion. Nami is already checking the horizon, her eyes wide as the lagoon begins to drain back into the sea.